Welcome to our autism journey. My name's Catherine, my partner's called Neil, and we have two children, Ryan and Liam. Ryan's 11 and neurotypical, and Liam is 6 and diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder. Today I wanted to talk about the early signs that we saw in Liam when he was a baby. Now, I was watching somebody else's video, and it's through that I thought, oh yeah, Liam did that. And at the time you don't think it's anything, but thinking back and looking back, you're like, oh yeah, that is a sign, and things like that. So I know it's been a while since I've last done a video, but this has been weighing a bit heavy on my mind, so I'd like to do the video and talk about that. So when Liam was born, the first thing that I've thought about, that I've noticed, is when you feed a baby, you hold them like that and you feed the baby. And he didn't like it. He was fussing because she was looking at him, and actually I had to turn him like that and feed him like that, so that he wasn't looking, I wasn't giving direct eye contact. And that went on the whole time that he had bottles. He wouldn't settle like that when you're looking at your baby. So that was one of the first things. And then, like, playing peekaboo, he wouldn't laugh when you went like peekaboo, and he's like, and he wouldn't laugh. And then hold him up to the mirror, and we'd like go like that with him, and no reaction. He just weren't interested in it at all. And obviously we're having Ryan and doing them things with him, he reacted. So for Liam not to react, at the time, I don't know, we just thought, oh, he don't like it. But thinking back, it is actually a sign of autism. So that was a shock. Thinking back, it's like, oh yeah. So they were the three main things that come to mind when he was a baby. And then as I got older, more and more things started to come, like he'd stim with his fingers, rolling over, he'd roll and roll and roll and roll. He'd do it multiple times. He'd get fixated on one thing. He wouldn't answer to his name. He'd say, Liam, 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 and he wouldn't look at you. So I think looking back and having now Brian, you pick up on them things, but because they're so far apart, it was like everything was brand new, so we didn't really pick up on anything. I was a bit worried, but Neil wasn't. Well, he was a bit, but he didn't see the things that I saw, because when Liam was born, me and Liam were like in our little bubble, and Neil looked after Ryan, got up with him for school. Liam never slept from a baby. His sleeping's horrendous, and that's also another thing I should have picked up on. It just never slept at all. Like, it was awful. The nights I had with him, oh my goodness. So yeah, so I picked up on it more because I was spending more and more time with him than what Neil was. So when he started preschool, he was 4. No, it was 3. Yeah, he was 3, and then we kept him in there for another year instead of going to nursery. So when he started at school, he started in reception, and it was then there that they noticed more signs than what we had at home. So it was them that started the ball rolling. So obviously, if your child is doing any of this, it doesn't mean to say that they've got autism, and if they're not doing them, it doesn't mean that they haven't got it. So obviously, if there's any signs, any problems, take your child to the paediatrician, tell them everything, write things down, and just make them aware of what's going on. And then they should refer you to CAMS. CAMS diagnose You get your EHCP for school, which I've shown in a previous video. And then that's it basically. You're on your own really. I mean, school have been massive in supporting Liam, trying to meet his needs, but recently it's becoming more and more apparent that they can't meet his needs anymore, so he's going to have to go to a private special needs school. So we're trying to get the ball rolling on that. Obviously with COVID and things, it's been, what's the word, frustrating, because things haven't been happening. There's nothing happening behind the scenes. So we were hoping for him to start the new school in September, but now it's looking more likely that he'll start after Christmas. So he's going to have to go back to school, get settled in his new year with his new teacher, and then after Christmas then start at a brand new school. So we're not really sure what the right thing to do is really. Whether to keep him off and wait till after Christmas, or send him to school till Christmas. I just don't know what the best thing is going to be for him. I think we'll play it by ear, we'll listen to Liam. While he's been off, he's been a completely different child. Hardly any anxiety. He's really surprised me and Neil. It's been like, it was this child who's completely different. He's just more calmer, more relaxed, and I really, really wish that I could homeschool him, but he won't let me. He just point blank refuses when I try and sit down with him and do some work with him. He's like, no, I don't want to do this, and he'll walk off, and it's really hard to try and get him to sit down to do work with me. With a teacher it's different, but for me, he just won't do it. So yeah, we're going to see what happens next with that. Apart from that, not a lot really has happened between my last video and this one. Apart from the fact that he did start school, it took him a while to settle in, but the Senko at the school was his teacher, and she was being absolutely brilliant with him. She's tried every which way to try and get him settled and comfortable in school, because he's not learning anything, because his anxiety is that high that he just won't do anything. He's been swearing at the teacher, hitting her, and it's been awful. I hate sending him to school every day because I know he doesn't want to go, but there's nothing else I can do. I have to send him, and it breaks my heart because I really don't want to. Seeing him now while he's been off, and what an amazing difference it is between now and when he does actually go to school, is unbelievable, and it just makes me not want to send him back, because I know obviously what child he is when he's at school. So that's where we're at basically. They're just waiting for an educational psychologist report, the panel, and the school that he's going to, and it would have been sorted if school had known about it, but they didn't. So we're waiting for the educational psychologist report basically, and then hopefully he'll get a place and he'll go to special needs school, which is where it needs to be. We thought about a unit attached to a school, but because he's used to a school environment, this is where we want him to go. And I think and hope he'll thrive there and come on, because although he can count now to 10, he still doesn't really know his alphabet. He knows all his colours, but he's just so far behind. So I hope that this new school will just bring him on and he'll start learning, because he'll be more comfortable, he won't be as anxious. It's all one big circle. everything has an effect. He's anxious and not comfortable, he doesn't want to learn. But even at home, when he's not anxious and he is comfortable, he won't let me teach him, because in his eyes, I'm his mum, I'm not his teacher. I don't get him to do work, I'm his mum. And that's how literal thinking he is. Like, he's like, why are you trying to teach me this? You're not a teacher. And that's exactly what he's thinking. I think that's why he refuses me to learn him anything. He just won't accept it. Which is quite funny actually when you think about it. So yeah, we've been coping okay-ish during COVID. Liam's not really been bothered that he can't go out anywhere. He's quite happy being at home. We've got a dog called Woody. He is going to be 1 on the 21st September. We got him as a puppy, so we've been taking him out for lots of walks. But then about 9 weeks ago, I fell over and broke my ankle, so I haven't been out for a walk for ages. I started walking him again, not last night, the night before, and Liam's loving it. He loves being out. So yeah, he likes being outdoors, but he's not bothered if he doesn't go out. Once he's out, he doesn't want to come home, but he's not bothered if he doesn't get to go out. He's quite flexible like that. Obviously, we've got a massive big back garden. He loves it out there. He'll just, when he needs to go out and run any energy off, he'll just go outside in the garden and run around with the dog for a bit. So we've got a swing set as well, and he plays on that quite a lot. Been thinking about getting him a trampoline, but Neil won't let me because it'll kill the grass. So yeah, so I think he'd love a trampoline actually, but it's a work in progress, let's say. But yeah, we've had some quite nice weather. It's hot here today in Manchester. Very hot. Very hot. And apparently tomorrow it's going to be thunder and lightning and raining. So this is the last chance today to go outside till I don't know when. So Liam's going to go out on his bike in a minute on the front. I'll go out with him. He wants to go out on his bike, so, and then later on we'll be taking Woody for a walk again. So that's it basically. Obviously Liam celebrated his 6th birthday in lockdown, which was awful. I hated it for him because he's used to family coming around when it's a celebration. He's used to people being there. It was a good day. It did turn out alright, but I just wish that all my family was there as well, because I've just felt so sorry for him. But he didn't seem to mind. It was more me than him. He didn't really care. But I just really did feel sorry for him that it was just us. But never mind. So yeah, that's it really. Not a lot else to update you on. I've got a few ideas for a few more upcoming videos, so hopefully I'm going to try and do it once a week. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself, and see where we go from there. So I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day, whatever you may be doing, and I shall see you soon.